What's up, guys? I'm Erik Miller. I'm an Ultra 4 racer. That racing takes me all over the country, heck, all over the world. We're standing here in my hometown, just in my backyard in the Green Ridge State Forest. Green Ridge State Park is really neat because it's about 2 hours from all the major urban metropolitan areas. You got Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Pittsburgh. It gives people like that a great spot to come out for the weekend. You know, it's really difficult to be able to jump on a plane, go out west and go to the Rubicon Trail or go to Johnson Valley. It's just not really feasible. But if you have a 3-day weekend, heck, even 2 days, you can get out here with your family, enjoy some miles in the dirt, see some stuff that you wouldn't otherwise see, and have a great recreational opportunity on the East Coast here. Yeah, behind me today, we have a 2017 GMC Canyon, literally a stock pickup truck on some Nitto Ridge grapplers. Behind me here is my personal daily driver. It's a Jeep JT. It's the new Gladiator pickup truck. Again, very, very stock vehicle. It's leveled with 37-inch ridge grapplers on it. And over here to my right is a fully built Jeep LJ. It's got a GM LS swap, complete custom drivetrain in it with 9-inch axles, 40-inch tires, you name it, that Jeep has it. You can come out in your daily driver. This is what my wife drives my son to work with every single day. We go get groceries in, everything up to a vehicle that'll do every trail in Johnson Valley, just like my Ultra 4 car. You can wheel it here in Green Ridge State Forest. So we met up this morning at the Oak Barrel Cafe just off Scenic Route 40. That's kind of where our trip started. Really cold this morning. It was like below 20 degrees. We got some coffee and got in the rigs and headed out here in the dirt in Green Ridge. So before coming out in the dirt, there's like a bunch of basic things that you want to check on your vehicle. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. You want to make sure that you have good tires under it with the spare. This trail, you don't even need the air down for. So really it's as simple as it comes, but you do want to have some basic hand tools, food, water, and a first aid kit, along with some friends out here to enjoy the time with. And if you do get in a bad situation, they're here to help you out. So one of the first upgrades I do to any vehicle, this one specifically, it's my personal daily driver, Optima H6 battery. It's an AGM design, which is an absorbed glass mat. Means it's not full of battery acid. It can be mounted in any position. It has deep cycle capability, which means no matter how cold it is out here, how tough the terrain and the conditions are, this battery will start the vehicle. Pretty important to me when we're out here in the middle of nowhere in Green Ridge State Forest. So we're about 20 miles into our trip here. We're at the Town Hill Overlook, and this is the top of Town Hill. We have Sidling Hill at the back here, which Interstate 68 passes through. You can kind of see the cut out in the distance. It's one of the biggest construction feats they actually had when they put the interstate through because of the way they had to literally cut the mountain open to get through. Before that, the only way to pass through east to west was on Old Route 40, which is here to my right. It was pretty much the main artery for east to west commerce, similar to Route 66 here in the state of Maryland. This is the last operating bed and breakfast from the 1920s. We're about to head back on Old 40, cross back over the interstate, get back into the Green Ridge State Forest, and put some more miles in on the dirt. This is a road that is seasonally opened. It's sometimes gated off by the Forest Service, depending on the conditions and the season. Right now it's prime hunting season, so they have all this stuff open for people to access more of the remote areas of the park. So it's another reason it's a really good time to come out here. Not a lot of people out in the park, not a lot of traffic, so you can kind of have it to yourself. So we're coming out of Twig Road, which was more of a technical section back there, something that requires four-wheel drive, a good tire like the Ridge Grappler to get through it, because there are some off-camber spots, some holes, mud. So this is some of the more fun dirt roads out here in Green Ridge to explore. You know, they're well graded, well maintained, so you can carry, you know, increase your speed a little bit and have some fun out here in the dirt. We're at Point Lookout. Behind me is the Potomac River, and over across that you can see into the state of West Virginia. Really a beautiful site with a lot of history that dates back to the Civil War. This forest serves as a natural watershed for that Potomac River. More on a large scale, the Chesapeake Bay. That is really where all water from the Garrett County line east ends up when it rains and falls out of the sky. So we as off-road enthusiasts really need to be mindful and conscious of that as we're out here recreating. Of course, stay on the trail, you know, that's the first and foremost thing. And just be responsible. There's a lot of spots that you probably could go, but you shouldn't. And that's the reason that a lot of this stuff gets closed down. Again, just be mindful when you're out here recreating. We have awesome opportunities at our fingertips, right in our back door. But if we're not responsible, we could easily lose them. One of the things I like most about this Green Ridge loop and trail is the fact that you can bring anyone out here and enjoy it. I mean, I got some of my guys that go racing with me, part of my team out here today. You know, we love going fast in the dirt, high horsepower stuff, competition racing, but this is what kind of got us all started in four-wheel drive. Getting out, exploring our backyards, and really seeing what there is to offer. I mean, honestly, that's what drives me to continue to race. I love just being able to go places that other people can't or don't want to. From Point Overlook, we're continuing to head through Green Ridge State Forest, almost in a cyclical fashion. We're gonna do a little more time on the dirt road, end up down by the Potomac River bottom, which is really neat. And then we're gonna be heading back up almost north into the Flintstone region area. It's actually where I live currently, and it really lends us a unique feature. We get to kind of run along parallel with Town Creek, and we get to cross that 3 times. So we left Point Lookout on Carroll Road and ended up in the Case Camp Loop Basin, but we were able to stop and check out this old train tunnel. It was an old rail bed that had been abandoned, and it was literally a whole bored through the mountain in stone with these huge vertical wooden pillars from timber that was cut right here in the forest. Really, really interesting stuff. This is where they used to bring all the timber that they clear cut from this whole area to build these apple orchards, and they would roll it like 600 feet to the bottom and float it 9 miles to the sawmill, because that was the most efficient method of transport for that timber at the time. Isn't that crazy?
I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight like bows, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting.
So we're coming to the first Town Creek crossing here. I know this area really well. The water table is really low, so it's nothing to really worry about. But I will say, when you are crossing a creek, momentum's important because there can be holes in the bottom, but you don't want so much speed that the water, builds a block over the grill and actually comes over the hood. So it's this, balance between pace and keeping the throttle under control and being smooth crossing creeks.
My bearings have me south of home. I've been wrong before. I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight like bows, unaware of where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow. And the water feels like a friend I've not seen. So familiar and strange at once, like a lover who lost her touch. At first I was hesitant, now it seems oh so.
So we're here at 1812 Brewery. It's the final destination of the day. We just got off the trail. The last section, it's one of my personal favorites. We ran through Town Creek 3 different times. Really cool stream crossings there. They were a little low being December. In the springtime they're a little bit higher, but that's one of the cool things about this area. It's like really accessible throughout the year, all 4 seasons. It changes the whole time depending on the weather. So for me to come out here December, it's a great time to come recreate. Thank you guys for taking the time to come out on the trail with us today in my backyard in Western Maryland. I hope that it inspires you to get out in your own backyard and see what opportunities are available to go out and explore and recreate with your friends, family, and have a good time. If you're ever in the state of Maryland, I encourage you to come check out the Greener State Forest and all the opportunities that Western Maryland has to offer. If you guys enjoyed what you saw today, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the trail.